Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben, and this is a very special edition of the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Hey family, I hope you're well wherever you are and you got that thin blue smoke rolling. As promised, this is a very, very important episode for three very, very important reasons. Firstly, it's episode 5 of season 4, which means we're halfway through. Secondly, this episode was recorded at the Fabulous Burleigh BBQ Championships, the jewel in the crown of competition barbecue in Queensland, and my personal favourite. Smoking Hot Confessions also kicked some serious butt at this comp, but more on that later. And finally, with this episode, the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast turns 50. That's right, folks, the big 5-0. So I just want to take a minute and say a big thanks to all of you for your support for the show. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't be doing this, and I love doing this, so thanks. Now, before we get into it, I want to invite you to join us at the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook. If you're looking for a barbecue group full of open-minded people who just love to help each other out, the Smoking Hot Confessions community is a great place to continue the conversation. Finally, however you listen to this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the show. It really helps me spread that barbecue love. So without further ado, blow out the candles on your big 5-0 cake, sip some champers out of a crystal flute, and let's hit the beach at the 2018 Burleigh BBQ Championships.
This is the internationally awarded Smoking Hot Confessions podcast with your host, Ben Arnott. How long's it been since your last confession?
Good morning, everybody. Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. I'm at the Burleigh BBQ Championships. It's 9:45 on Saturday morning. Things are just starting to kick off. We arrived here nice and early yesterday, got in, got the site set up. Everything is looking beautiful. We're next to our long-term good friends, Black Bark Barbecue, so make sure you give them a shout out if you see them. And I just wanted to do a quick little welcome and just give you an idea of just how good this Burleigh BBQ location is. So you can see behind me here, you can see the surf club. And if I rotate the camera a little bit, that's where we are down there. But what I want to show you is what's right in front of me here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. And this is what's right in front of me. So all the way down there into New South Wales. Here's the beach. I'll just do a nice pan. How is that for a view from a barbecue comp? That is just sensational. Unbelievable. So we're kicking things off this morning. Class by Sterling. We're going to do a bit of a meat trimming class, which is going to be fantastic fun. And then we're going to have the team briefings at midday, site inspections from 1, and then the games begin at 3 o'clock. So if you are in southeast Queensland, make sure you do come down and say hi. We are just in the main area, just off next to the stage. Come down, say hi. We'll grab a photo with you. We'd love to see you. And keep an eye out tomorrow for the ABA's live streaming of the presentations. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Burleigh's always great. I'm happy to be here. It's my local, and I will be here every time it's on. All right, so that's it for me. I will catch you later on. I got to go get ready for this class. See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so super cool. I have managed to corner Sterling Smith from Luton Booty, the man himself. He's here to cook with us this weekend at Burleigh. And mate, how's it been treating you?
Oh, it's been amazing. I got here on Wednesday. I got to see the sites around here, see everybody come in and set up yesterday, seeing all the smokers, the setups. I love coming out. This is my second time competing in Australia, so it's just amazing to come out here and see what you guys are doing and, carrying on that tradition of American style, competition barbecue. It's awesome to see, and I'm elated to be here.
So what do you see over here that sort of might stand out as being different, or what do you think is the same? Sort of give us a bit of a breakdown of your observations of the differences between the two scenes.
Absolutely, coming out here and seeing some of the different cuts that you guys use, obviously the lamb, it's part of your culture here in Australia. So to have that intertwined with barbecue, that's what you guys do. Having other cuts like a seafood at this competition is very interesting. It's unique. We're all going to have to turn in something that's, I traditionally don't turn in competition barbecue. We don't do seafood a lot. So I love that I get to experiment with different cuts, different flavors, different proteins. To me, as a chef and a cook, that's what it's about. Sometimes I get tired of cooking the same 4 meats over and over. It gets kind of redundant. But to do something different, that's what I love. I love seeing the different kind of smokers that you guys have out here. There's some home-built smokers, and there's some amazing stuff that you guys are doing out here. And seeing those kind of smokers, that's different. A lot of the stuff the same, though, is you guys are carrying on that same traditional barbecue. We see a lot of the same rubs and sauces and spices, and there are some of the same smokers and charcoal that we're using that obviously with social media and the internet, information's out there so much that, you can go online right now and see what a team's using in Kansas, and Google it, and pretty much you find it right away. So the amount of information just made this sport more wide open, more worldwide as just being American barbecue,
Yeah, absolutely. The technology is just incredible. I had a comment come into me from Craig, the barbecue ninja, this morning, just telling me to make sure that I come and catch up with you, which was funny because I was catching up with him in Houston in February. So the barbecue world is now a very small, close-knit barbecue family, which is just amazing.
It's 100% amazing. I've made so many, not just friends, I call people family. We have the barbecue family is what we call it, because we're all looking after each other. Out here we're all doing the same thing. We're cooking meat in a random parking lot, hoping to have fun. We're hanging with our families. You do that in any country. We're all the same. We're all doing the same thing. So, embrace that and enjoy it and share the love of what we're doing. That's what it's about,
And speaking of hanging out in the park cooking barbecue, what do you think of this as a venue?
Oh, my God. Look right over here. You got the beach. You got waves. This is probably one of the best cooking venues that I've been involved in 10 years of barbecue. It's amazing to see the teams, and it's sunny outside. We got the beach right there. You can hear the waves crashing. It's unbelievable. This is a beautiful spot.
So give us a bit of your background then for some listeners who need to be filled in. How did you get into competition barbecue? You said 10 years. What sort of got you into it?
Sure. I've always been cooking. I grew up cooking, and I had a grill in the back just like everybody else, a propane grill, flipping steaks and burgers. I worked for a bank. I was been in banking for as my career. I worked for a bank that was based out of Kansas City, Missouri, and every year they sponsor the American Royal, which is the largest competition in the world. 500 teams come to this. It's a World Series of barbecue. So in 2007, I got to go out there and just see what it was about. And being a backyard guy flipping steaks, I hear barbecue. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to this competition. There's guys flipping burgers and steaks. Nope. I get to the Royal and I see huge smokers and RVs and people partying, and I was like, oh my God, I need to do this. So I got back to Arizona in 2007, and I started researching everything barbecue competitions, smokers, grills, you name it. I went to Home Depot and bought a $40 cheap smoker, some mesquite wood, a lighter fluid, and a pork butt on the way home. I made the worst piece of meat I ever made in my life that day. But it's progressively got better and better because I wanted to get better. I wanted to learn, and that's how you get better, So 2007 is when I saw that, and in 2009 I actually started my own team, Loot and Booty Barbecue, and I've been competing since 2009. So coming up on 10 years of competing now.
Mate, that's incredible. Now you've sort of businessized that passion as well. Tell us a bit about that.
Absolutely. So about 2 years ago, I actually quit my full-time job in banking, and I started focusing on my own line of rubs. I have a line of seasonings. They import them here. Hark imports them here in Australia. So we're working on getting that out there. I also do a lot of brand ambassador work with Green Mountain Grills. It's a pellet smoker company. Doing MC works. I'm a sales rep for them as well. So I kind of figured out like industries and like items that that I can use to promote not only myself and my product, but barbecue in general, and spread barbecue love.
That's what it's all about, man. So is that what's brought you here, Green Mountain Grills, or did you win a comp to get an invitation ticket to Burleigh? How did that all come about? It
came about as Green Mountain Grills is one of the sponsors of this event, and being a brand ambassador and working with that, they invited me to come out and do some demos and classes for some of their sales deals. We want the more that people know, the better they can be. If I can help the salespeople out how to sell the product, the more the ins and outs of it, the better it's going to be for everybody. So they brought me out there to do this, and they were like, hey, there's a competition too. You want to do that? Oh man, I jumped at the idea. I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming. I can't let you guys have all the fun, man.
And there's a lot of fun to be had here at Burleigh. I got to say, this is my favourite comp.
Oh my God.
I've been here every year for the last 4 years, and I will come every time that it's on because it is just just beautiful, this competition. I really hope it continues for the next 15 years. So.
I hope to be here for the next 15 years as well. I would love to be right beside you.
Well, you've been a very popular guy here at the competition so far, so I dare say you will be back.
No, I hope so. Everybody's been amazing. The whole Australian barbecue community is just, full of love, and that's what it's about.
So before I let you go, can you share with me one of your favorite barbecue stories?
Oh my God, I got so many barbecue stories. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit of story about my first Grand Championship. It was at a competition in Lake Havasu, Arizona. It was one of the biggest ones on the West Coast. I think that year it's about 88 teams, all from all over the world. I had a FEC 100. It's a pellet type smoker, and I was getting set up, getting it ready, and then the panel went out on it. So, I went to test everything. I had no panel. I had no way of getting a panel in time to start this because I had to cook that night. I was thinking about going to Home Depot and buying some smokers just because I had the meat. I was already there.
Yeah.
I walked around. A buddy of mine cooks on the same type of unit. He had an extra panel. I changed it out, put it in. I GC'd it due to a guy, a barbecue friend, a barbecue family lending me that, and that's what helped me win. So it's very important to, create those relationships with people because we all help each other.
Mate, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. I can see you're a busy man, and we are getting ready for team briefing, so I do have to let you go. But Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you around the rest of the weekend.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you, guys.
Folks, I'm standing here now with Alfio from Fabulous Burleigh BBQ. They've got a veritable lineup of smokers up out the front here, all sorts of different barbecues, and I've just seen them doing their bit to plug the sport to some of the punters that are wandering by. Mate, you're doing a great job, Alfio, and how's the competition treating you?
It's very relaxing at the moment, so it's quite good. I heard a lot of the teams got wet last night, but we were lucky not to. So, yeah, the comp's great here, great venue, and fantastic weather. So.
Yeah, it's been beautiful today. I was one of the guys that got wet last night. I had my earplugs in and still woke up with the rain just smashing into me. So it was pretty rough. So, mate, walk us through what you're cooking on this weekend.
So this weekend we're running 2 Smoky Mountains Webbers, just easy to transport. So we brought those up here, and we're running also a Weber Go Anywhere and a Finetto just for a little bit of extra stuff. So all bullets except for the little weekender. Just didn't think we'd bring the big unit down for this one.
Mate, so many questions. So starting off with the Weber Go Anywhere, they're quite trendy at the moment. What are you going to be cooking on that this weekend?
Just our seafood. So we're just doing some swordfish and some oysters. So we're going to be doing that on that. Just hot and fast on that. We're not smoking our seafood this weekend.
Fair enough. All right. And how do you find then, with the similarity in design, how do you find the performance of the Finetto versus the Weber Smoky Mountain?
The Finetto, I actually find it struggles with airflow, and it doesn't hold its temperature as well as the Webers. So the Webers will hold their temperature a lot more steady than the Finetto will. Obviously, the price point is a little bit higher, but I do think they're a better unit than the Finetto.
Oh, very interesting, because I know that the Finettos have been taking the market by storm. So interesting to hear because I don't own one, but interesting to hear a user's opinion on it.
Yeah, price, value for money, they're fantastic, and that's actually the Razo, so that's the level up. But yeah, airflow for whatever reason, and I think it just struggles to keep that constant airflow, especially once you've got a bit of charcoal in there. So I just prefer the Webers.
Now, you mentioned the big one before. What's the big one?
Oh, we're running a Pitt Brothers P1 at the moment. We're just getting used to it. So one of our sponsors, Pitt Brothers Barbecue, have given us their P1 to use. So I finished up work yesterday, couldn't get it in the back of the ute fast enough, so that stayed home.
Fair enough, mate. You got to do what you got to do. So of all the 5 hand-ins, what do you think is going to be your strongest hand-in?
Who knows? Depends what the judges are thinking today. Our best 2 so far in our short time competing has been chicken and pork, but I actually think I'm pretty confident in our lamb as well. So who knows? And seafood, this is our first seafood, so I've no idea what we're going to do with that one.
Mate, seafood's always fun.
Yeah, it's in the judges' hands really, like usual. So as long as I get the 5 hand-ins, we'll be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure that you get the right ones in on the right time. That's always a big tip too.
Yeah, we haven't had that issue yet. At Brisbane Comp, we actually missed our timing by about half an hour. we looked at our clocks were wrong. So yeah.
Oh no!
But we actually did our best on that piece of meat there. So that was our best points for the comp. So our chicken came in half an hour too early, but we ended up getting good points on those ones. So we're pretty happy.
That's good, mate. I thought you were about to tell me that you completely missed a hand in.
No. We just got our food ready too early. So yeah, that's all good.
Oh, beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Best of luck for the weekend.
No worries.
And I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
This is Grant from The Smoking Joint, and I listen to Smoking Hot Confessions.
Folks, this is super cool. I'm sitting here now with Drew from Barbecue Mafia, one of the biggest, most successful names in Australian barbecue at the moment. We're sitting here at a table watching the waves roll in on the beach. This is apparently the middle of winter. It is just unbelievable. Mate, how are you enjoying the festival so far?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. This is God's country down here, so we're pretty happy to be down at Burleigh, and for one of the only times, man, not competing. So vending down here, slinging some rubs and sauces and stuff, so all good.
Yeah, now, speaking of those rubs and sauces, mate, they have just been killing it. Like, in and out of the comp scene, I just see rave reviews all about it. How's it all, how does all that feel, basically?
Yeah, look, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, really. Like, the last year has been crazy. It's only been a year since we released the rubs, and we've sold over 9,000 in a year. And we've released the sauce today, and it's just been jumping off the shelves. So quite humbled by our barbecue community and just community in general. Just an awesome bunch of people, so awesome.
Which particular sauce is that?
Mobster. Mafia Mobster, it's called.
Very cool. Can you give us a bit of a breakdown of the flavour of that? Like what sort of thing for the listeners, how's it going to taste?
Yeah, look, so there's a lot of American style sauces, I guess, barbecue sauces that are out on our market, which are quite sweet and a bit smoky. We've gone with an Aussie savoury spin of that smoky American style, and people get Worcestershire, people get a little bit of curry that comes through there, but it's just got that bit of an Aussie savoury feel to it, but a great table sauce nonetheless, so we love it.
Mate, an Aussie spin on an American tradition, I love it.
Correct, exactly right, man.
So how about the comp scene? How's that looking for you this year?
Oh, look, so in 2 weeks' time, we head off to the American Royal Invitational and Open, which has just been an absolute dream of ours since we're little boys. So little boys being 5 years ago when we first got into barbecue in Australia. So that will be probably the pinnacle of our barbecue career. But yeah, we sort of just try to get around and support some of the younger teams as well now, sponsor a lot of teams as well, and help out some of the younger guys that are looking for, mentors and people to sort of get behind them and throw a bit of product their way to help them out.
Mate, that's lovely that you're now using your experience and the opportunities that you've had to help so many others. So how long has the trip to the States been planned?
Well, it sort of started from the second after we won Port Macquarie last year, the Australian Barbecue Wars, which was, I think most of us, barring the getting married to our wives and having our children, was the highlight of our lives. But yeah, since then we sort of got into doing a lot of barbecue pop-ups and bringing out and just working really hard to try to fund getting us and our families over there. So, it's probably cost us close to 40,000 Australian to get us all over there, but I think it's a once in a lifetime experience, and 600 teams at the Royal, and we're one of them, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you get into the Royal? Is that like a you got to win a championship to get an invite, or how does that work? Yeah, look, I believe in Australia you've got to win a GC. So if you win a GC of over 12 teams, I think you qualify for it. We won Port Macquarie last year and we won Mooloolaba, so we qualified for it. So they've got an invitational one day, and then the next day is the Open. So you actually run two competitions back to back in 48 hours. So. Oh wow! And are you doing both of them? We are, yeah. So. Yeah, and we've got 7 other Aussie teams that are going over and a couple of Kiwis as well, so it's quite an Australasian contingent this year, which is really great. Mate, they better watch out, because when I was in Houston in February, one of the first things they said to us was like, listen, you Aussies, behave yourselves. Yeah. So if there's going to be 10 teams going over, they better watch out. Yeah, spot on, mate. And we're taking some Aussie beef over with us as well. So we're hoping the Wagyu, Queensland Wagyu, can sort of get us a little flavour advantage. And look, just to be part of it, man, like, it doesn't really matter where we come, as long as we're part of it and get to enjoy that atmosphere. It's just going to be a once in a lifetime gig. Mate, that would be so cool. I'd love to see some Queensland produce up there picking up some trophies. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, thank you so much for your time and filling me in on where you've been and what you've been doing and what's coming up soon. And I'll let you get back to that stand, because there is a lineup about 12 deep outside your stand back there. So I'll let you head back there. Yeah, our pleasure, man. Awesome. Thanks. Folks, I've just taken a moment out of the sun to step into the Lane's barbecue tent here with the mighty Brett. Mate, how is Burleigh treating you this weekend?
It's beautiful, perfect weather as usual. A little bit of rain hanging around, but that doesn't stop the people from coming out.
Mate, I'm just hoping that rain doesn't come back because that was savage last night. Were you on site?
No, I'm glamping a little bit this weekend. I've got a motel across the highway, so...
Oh, stop it.
I woke up at 2 a.m. and heard the rain and the thunder, and I was thinking, oh no, this is going to turn bad. And then got here this morning and it was fine, so yeah, giddy up.
Mate, did you see the swag that's pulled apart in like 18 pieces on the lawn over there drying out?
No.
That's mine.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
So, mate, I thought I'd just step back here and have a bit of a chat to you. You got a whole bunch of new rubs and stuff just come out. So before we get into that, how did you get into the Lane's business? Tell me a bit about how it all started.
So basically, I found Lane's through online, Instagram, and started following them, and at that stage he only had 4 barbecue rubs, so I bought them myself and I really liked them, and it just flowed on from there. I started using them in competitions myself, and then when I went to catering I started getting more and more, and then I had other people asking for them because they liked it as well. So it was just a natural progression, and the relationship that I had with Ryan, he's just such a great guy, like family orientated, loves his barbecue, and it shows in the products too. Like, you can't fault them. They're simple, they're nothing complicated, and for whatever you want to use, there's definitely a rub. And these new ones, the Pitmaster series that Ryan does, he does a subscription service every year, so 6 rubs throughout the year, one every 2 months, basically, brand new rub just for something new to try. And I was lucky enough to get a few cartons over here for the weekend, so yeah, it's been going great. It's good to have something a little bit different too, and a few teams have popped over and had a try and taken them, so.
Mate, that's awesome. Now, speaking of things a little bit different, run me through what the new products are.
So we've got number 2 for the Pitmaster series this year is Honey Sriracha. Basically, as the name, it's got a nice sweetness to it, but then a nice little kick on the back end. It's not overpowering, but really, really good for pork and chicken.
That's a sauce, is it?
Rub. So that's part of the Pitmaster series.
Oh, honey sriracha rub.
Yes, yeah, yep. So granulated honey and then sriracha powder as well. So it's still got your salt, your pepper, your onion powder, garlic powder, and whatnot.
Oh, dang, that sounds awesome.
Yep. And then the number 3 we've got is the flavour profile is called Applewood. So apple flavoured sugar, and then also marrow jam to really get those, woody, smoky type flavours as well. So, and then we've just released the Little Spicy as well. So that's the latest sauce off the ranks. So yeah, people have been loving it. They've been trying it all day long, and it's good to see people's reactions.
Absolutely. Now, did I spy something called like blueberry something?
The blueberry dessert rub?
Yeah. Tell me about that.
The new dessert rubs, that's completely on a, different playing field to barbecue, but don't get me wrong, people have started using them for barbecue as well, which some people would just look at you with a strange face. But, it's all about experimenting. That's what Ryan's about. He wants people to experiment, try new stuff, and that's where the dessert line has come from as well. So there's the chopped caramel sea salt, the blueberry muffin, strawberry shortcake, and the apple pie. So I've even had people starting to use them on barbecue as well. So, but each to their own. So yeah.
I got to try some of that apple pie there up in Brisbane a few weeks ago, man. That was something else.
Yeah, and that's been the most popular too. I'm out of it at the moment, so, but yeah, not wrong. I've just been using it just on my oats for breakfast as well.
So I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, blueberry finished chicken was all the rage. Do you reckon with your blueberry rub we're going to see a resurgence of the blueberry cupcake chicken?
To be honest, over in America, Ryan has had people doing chicken wings with the blueberry rub. So he did a contest about a month ago for competition with the new dessert rubs to send in recipes, and one of the recipes was for a blueberry chicken wing. So yeah, more than likely.
That's going to be very interesting. We'll have to earmark that and return to that in about 12 months' time. So what is your personal favourite pairing?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think I can go past for the dessert rubs or barbecue rubs.
Mate, just hit me with it.
Brisket and ancho. The ancho espresso is so different. It's out there. Not too many. There is a few other coffee rubs on the market, but I believe nothing kind of in that range. The ancho chili's a dried chili, so it's mild, but it just gives it a nice earthy tone and doesn't take away that beefy flavour. So yeah, they're my most used rubs.
One of my favourites is actually that ancho rub on a beef rib, so we're pretty close.
Yep, definitely nailed it. Spot on.
Well, mate, thanks for your time, and I'll let you head back to the crowds here, because we've got quite a line-up here, and everyone wants to get hold of some of these delicious new Lane's rubs and sauces. So thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you very much, Ben.
Folks, this is super cool. I'm talking to Duke from Pickled Pitmasters. Not only does he have the coolest hair here today that I've seen so far, but he does have a pretty kick-ass trailer set up here. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Duke, mate, how was the weather last night? Did you make it through dry?
We did, because we were actually staying down the road in an apartment. Let these blokes stay here. So, it was great for us. Apparently they got a bit wet, but no, not too bad.
That's good, mate. I got saturated. My swag is now pulled out in about 16 different bits and lying down in the sun on the grass down there.
Beautiful. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
So how long have you been competing for?
We started at Port Macquarie last year, was our first comp. And we've done one in Brisbane, the first one, Brisbane Beer and Barbecue. This is our third one, so yeah. Bit of fun.
Wow, you certainly started big, jumping straight into barbecue wars. Go big or go home, eh?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's a bit exciting and full on, but yeah, it's good fun.
And how'd you go?
Okay, for our first one. 85th, I think, but yeah, learning, so that's what it's all about, so yeah.
Fantastic. Now, you've got a really cool looking trailer set up here. What can you tell me about the trailer?
Yeah, well, we were using a couple of drum smokers, and we had a little old offset we were using, and then we were trying to think of a better way to go bigger with the barbecue, and Mark is a fabricator and I've done a little bit of welding my time, so we thought, I've never seen a drum smoker trailer, so we thought we'd have a crack, and yeah, that's what we come up with. 2.5 weeks later we're here, so.
You built that in just 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Wow, so just looking at it here, I can see that you've got a Flaming Coals spit rotisserie thing on the back there.
Yep.
You've then got 4 matching drum smokers, ugly drum smokers. Did you build them yourselves?
Yep. Yeah, we built them all, burnt them out, mounted them, yeah, the whole lot.
Cool. And I see a sink there. Have you got hot water running in there?
Not hot water yet, but that's on the cards. So everything's a little bit last minute on the sink side. But yeah, got it together just for this weekend, so.
Mate, that's fantastic. I love a good DIY job. So what's next in the plans for the trailer?
I like to do hot water and tidy up the cabinetry side of it, and just a few other little bits and pieces. Yeah, just got to get cracking on it, learn it a bit more. So this is going to be a bit more of an experiment weekend, but yeah, hopefully it'll go well.
Sounds good, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do. Now, one of the things that sets Burleigh apart from other competitions is the seafood category. So are you doing seafood on the drum?
No, that's what the grill's for. So we're going to, drum and grill. So
you're going to put some seafood on the rotisserie?
Not on the rotisserie. We've got a grill for that as well. So.
Ah, beautiful. So what are you going to be doing?
Bugs, I think. I think Tom's doing the seafood. That's his forte. So I think we're doing bugs and a bit of this and a bit of that. So.
Mate, sounds fantastic. All right, fingers crossed, man. I'll see you up on the stage.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Got a project you'd like to work on with the SHC team? Shoot Ben an email on ben@smokinghotconfessions.com and let's have a conversation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 4th annual Low and Slow Burleigh BBQ Championships here at beautiful North Burleigh. Thank you so much for putting up the rain today. Good to see it didn't dampen your competitive spirits. Now, we would first like to acknowledge our awesome sponsors, Black Onyx Beef, Rangers Valley Station, Green Mountain Grills Australia, Clean Heat Barbecue, Gold Coast City Council, Division 12, Black Iron Smokers, Rub HQ, Ministry of Smoke and Prime Cut Meats. Big round of applause for our sponsors. Couldn't have done it without their support. Special acknowledgement also has to go to the two legends. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our special guests all the way from the United States of America. Of course, our competition barbecue champions, all the way from Kansas. Of course, we had Andy Groneman, one of the most down-to-earth, humble, talented humans on the planet, particularly in this industry. Our event ambassador and training school facilitator as well. So thank you so much for being here, Andy. And his beautiful wife as well, celebrating their wedding anniversary, I believe. Gets to come to Australia, so that's got to be our gig. And all the way from Arizona, of course, Sterling Smith, Team Luton Booty, our barbecue school trainer, and the very first USA event competitor. On to the winners. Now, the cash and prize pool this year exceeds $15,000. First of all, it's chicken. Thank you, Mr. Bradley. Coming in at 10th place, Drunk on Smoke. Equal 8 two-way, we have Zed's Q, and where there's smoke, there's dinner. 7th place, Third Degree Burns. Three-way equal 4th, Flamin' Mongrels. The Bass Brothers, and My Cue for You. And we invite to the stage, coming in at 3rd place in the chicken category, Eureka Smoke. Congratulations. Coming at 2nd, we have Smoking Hot Confessions. And coming in at 1st place in the chicken category, we have Beard and the Barbecue. Category, let's move on. We have seafood. Coming in at 10th, Smoke on the Water. And it's a tie with My Cue for You. Both coming in at 10th, it's a tie. 9th, we have Highland Q. 7th, we have a tie, Double Barrel and Up in Smoke. Coming in at 6th place, we have Smokin' Hot and Saucy. 5th place, Smoking Hot Confessions. 4th place, we have the Brizzy Basters. Great to see. And we invite to the stage, coming in at 3rd place in the seafood category, once again, the Beard and the Barbecue. Coming in at 2nd in the seafood category, we have Primal Lion. Coming in at number 1, the 1st place winner in the seafood category, we have, and gosh, I love reading out these names, Smoke Up Your Ash. Coming in at 10th place in the lamb category. Oh gosh, Judge, come back, I need some help clarifying the name. Is it Mr. Jethro and the Bandit? Maybe about the handwriting like a doctor. Oh, that's me. Hang on. Coming at 9. I can't multitask. I can't be funny and read. Coming in at 9, we have Bluebird Barbecue. We've got 8, we have My Cue for You. 7, Smoke on the Water. 6, we have the Shank Brothers. We have a tie for 4th place, Flamin' Mongrels and Big Smoke. And coming up to the stage, we have in 3rd place, the Pickled Pitmasters. Coming in at 2nd place in the lamb category, the Beard and the Barbecue. Now this is a massive deal, coming in at first place in the loud category with a score of 356. Amazing. We have Scotch and Smoke. Moving on to the beef category, pork ribs, sorry. We have a three-way tie for 9th place. Primal Iron, Scotch and Smoke, and Big Smoke Barbecue. Congratulations. Coming in at 8th, we have Flavoured Mongrels. 7th, Shake Brothers Barbecue. 6th place, we have the Brizzy Basters. It's a tie for 4th with the Baste Brothers and SOS Barbecue. In the pork ribs category, coming in at 3rd place, please make your way to the stage. My Cue for You. Coming in at 2nd place in the pork ribs category, the Basty Boys. Coming in at 1st place, we have the Beauty of the Barbecue. The last category, brisket. Coming in at 9th, it's a tie between the Flamin' Mongrels and Big Smoke Barbecue. 8th, Brizzy Basters. 7th place, we have Smokin' Daggers. 6th place, Smokin' Hot Saucy. The tie for 4th, Family Q and Eureka Smoke. Please make your way to the stage. Coming in at 3rd place, Charcoal Kings. Coming in at 2nd place, we have Scotch and Smoke. And taking out 1st place in the brisket category, we have Zed's Q. The top 10 teams in reverse order, and we invite the teams from 5th place to come and receive your prize. Our grand champion results coming in at 10th place, Pit Crew Barbecue. 9th place, Zed's Q. Coming in at 8th, we have Primal Iron. 7th, Big Smoke Barbecue. 6th place, we have the Shake Brothers Barbecue. Guys, standing up on their skis, love it. Coming in at 5th, and please make your way to the stage, Smoking Hot Confessions. Coming in at 4th place, $400 cash goes to the Brizzy Basters. Coming in at 3rd place, scoring themselves $500 cash, we have the Flamin' Mongrels. Our reserve grand champions scoring themselves $1,000 cash and a trophy, of course, our awesome trophy, a Pelican Cooler, presented by Green Mountain Grills Australia. We have Carolyn Harkin. This year's reserve grand champion, it's My Cue for You. Congrats. Today's grand champion will take home $2,500 plus our 2018 event surfboard and a Pelican Cooler, presented by Andy Groneman and Black Onyx, sorry. Nat Dull, I believe, is representing. Congratulations, Megan. Thank you. Now, this win qualifies the grand champion team to compete in the World Series of Barbecue at the American Royal in Kansas in October 2019, which is a huge deal. Our grand champion of the Low and Slow Burleigh Barbecue Competition for 2018, the Beat of the Barbecue!
There you have it, folks, the 2018 Burleigh BBQ Championships and the 50th episode of the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. It's easy to see why Burleigh is my favourite event of the year, even if we did get hit with a tropical cyclone this year. Massive congrats go out to Mike Q for you on their RGC, and of course, the Beard and the Barbecue on taking out the Grand Champion prize. Before I let you go, jump on over to Facebook and join us at the Smoking Hot Confessions community. If you're into barbecue, we're into you. And finally, take a minute to subscribe, rate and review the show. This episode's supporter shout-out goes to Alistair and Zara, a father-daughter barbecue duo from WA who took the time to leave a fantastic review on Apple Podcasts just a few days ago. I love the fact that you two are bonding over barbecue, and Alistair, you're dadding right, mate. And that's the end of the show. Till next time, take care of each other and keep on queuing.
Thanks for listening to the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Head on over to smokinghotconfessions.com for recipes, tips, and Ben's own confessions.